are filled up with ale. Walking beer keg, reporting for duty.
We're in a world of hurt here. All right, all right.
Kind of upset that they're doubling back over there.
Destiny. Enemy hunters won't stumble in our pitfalls, Commander. They can easily unmask cloaked units now. We'll crush them one leg at a time.
Alright, do a couple more hunters.
Momentarily, Commander.
And now lots of shaman. Shaman very, very good.
Anti-ground turret completed.
Alright.
Your unit will soon be ready.
Do like my shaman. Alright, now we're going to build a transport,
Commander.
which I'm going to put my little dude on there and hopefully capture this land down here, which should give me quite a... I'm already at quite a bit of an advantage on this map, but let's just solidify that advantage. Alright, so that has a unit in it.
Too many fish. Hope we don't hit too many fish.
And we will unload them there.
That's impossible, Commander.
There we go.
No I in team. There is a
So they are sending quite a few units now, but that should be okay. More grenadiers, a couple more armors, I'm sure that. Now those are both battle forges, so we'll send those there. And we'll build my favorite units, which are the shaman. I just like the healing capabilities of them. Definitely, I find probably one of the most useful units. Since it looks like they can't even attack this base unless they go aerial, I will probably move all my units up there. And now it looks like I'm claiming everything down here. Excellent. This I will build an arrow factory.
We're getting pinned here.
And let's build some more grenadiers. I'll build a couple warlocks. I don't usually build warlocks, but they might be useful.
We're out of recruits, Commander. We need more recruits, Commander.
Alright, so now we have the arrow factory almost complete.
Grenadier, fresh from the barracks.
And these will both build into arrow factories, because why not? I mean, what else am I going to build? There's not really much of a naval presence on this map anyway. And I hate fighting on naval anyway. Yeah, it doesn't look like they stand much of a chance. But we'll see.
Troopers awaiting your decision, sire.
So that there. So we have quite a few shaman, which is, as I said, my favorite unit.
Recruitment citadel completed.
And as you can see, the more of these recruitment citadels I have, the better. And it looks like popularity with the lizards is causing me to be able to get more and more units. So
factory completed.
We'll build a zeppelin and then a bunch. Well, not really a bunch because I couldn't really build that many. We are going to build a few of these because I do like these units.
We need more recruits, Commander.
Yep. Okay.
Afloat and ready.
Those are building troopers, which is fine.
Your unit
Deer and a shaman. And
your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander. We need more recruits, Commander. We need more recruits, Commander. We need more recruits, Commander. Your unit will soon be ready.
Alright, and that looks like all I can build.
The Emperor's enemy is my
so
enemy.
Wait till I can summon my dragon. Or
Trooper awaiting your instructions, Commander. That's impossible, Commander.
okay, we can summon my dragon. Select my whole army. Hit 4. And let's do this.
Chemical warfare. Enemy grenadiers are ready to fight dirty, Commander. Ashes to ashes. Don't be pushy. Let's float. The Emperor shows us the way.
A little bit slow. I wish they were a little bit quicker, but that's okay. As you can see, they all get an aura when I'm in my dragon form, because that is one of the buffs I did buy.
If the machine dies, the Emperor dies.
Big guy coming through.
I'm gonna try to charm one of these.
Get us out of here, Commander.
Cool.
Nothing a good glass of brandy won't fix.
I am gonna go back to my shaman. Hopefully they'll heal me up perfectly because I built so many. Oh yeah, instant heal full. Yeah, shaman are pretty good. Especially when you have a lot of them. It's pretty much possible for your army to die, it seems. We'll disable this building because I don't want it to build anything else.
Target in sight.
Alright. And yeah.
No mountain can stop us.
And now we'll march on to the final end here.
Sure, there's an interesting case.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Death rides.
Alrighty.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Let's turn that into a beetle.
Impossible, Commander.
And let's charm that unit. Go into the middle of my shaman so they can heal me.
I'm not equipped for this.
And it's pretty much over now. Disable that building.
There is no reason to doubt your
And there we go. That should be an assured victory. Yep, victory in 3 seconds. Okay, so I didn't lose any units, perfect. And I don't think I have to fight on any more fronts now. So, looks like popularity is good. I'm above 60 with every, well, above 70 with every place except for those darn undead. But I have been sliding with them lately, so that has been going up. Although my lizard, that used to be at 100, but whatever. Alright, so I get to pick one of these, I assume? Or do I actually get all 3 of these? If I only get to pick, I would want that one, but I think I actually get all 3 of those. And then Corvus power. See, I don't know what this means. Corvus's power has increased by 5%. That does not sound like a good thing, but oh well, whatever. And then population has decreased in 2 of the areas, but popularity has increased by 20%, which is a huge chunk. So that's always good. All right, let's find out what's going on in the bar. Oh, Edmund.
Henry has a spot of daughter trouble, has he? These teenage girls, they're all the same. Scarlet and Catherine actually want to abandon ship and rush to her rescue. Can you imagine? At least I have the sense of duty to remain here in the epicenter of your power, where generals are truly needed.
I did not know Henry had a daughter. That is news to me.
Well, there's that. And the fact that I just can't be bothered.
Of course, of course. Oh, that's all he wanted to tell me? Well, I did see Catherine and Scarlet up here, so let's see if they have anything to say.
How much more base and depraved can a soul get when it seeks the death of a child to further its interests? Henry and I may not always see eye to eye, but if I can save his daughter, I will do what I can. And Scarlet feels the same.
Well, I'm pretty sure Scarlet feels the same because she wants to get in Henry's daughter's pants. But we'll see what she has to say.
Commander, we have anxiously awaited your return, for our spies brought dire news. Some obscure nobleman by the name of Drury has ordered top assassins to kidnap and kill Henry's daughter Anne. Her death would crush him, and that's exactly how that prick tries to get the attention of our enemies. By robbing you of one of your generals, he seeks the same post in their armies. You know there'd be no stopping Henry. He sped off home the instant he heard the news, so now Catherine and I would like your permission to go after him. If he has to face those backstabbing bastards, we want to face them with him.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely do not want Henry's daughter to die. I do like Henry. Henry's a cool guy. So, alright. Go
Yes,
away.
Commander. We'll hack them to pieces and be back in time for happy hour.
Okay. Scarlet is definitely an interesting one. Alright, so we do have a lot of research points, so let's see if we can upgrade my dragon a little bit here. And we are going to leave Corvus alone for a while, because really, he can't really do anything for us right now anyway, so... Actually, that is very useful. 35% reduced damage. I don't know why I haven't bought that until now. Alright, engineering bay. Let's see if we can buy some interesting upgrades here as well. Oh, that's actually quite useful, teleporting, but I don't really use them that often anyway. I guess I can just finish off the basic stuff because I haven't even bought all that stuff yet. Why not? There we go. I don't even know what half of them did, but that's okay because they now own them. I haven't actually bought that unit yet, so I will get that. And that's actually useful. Any more passes? Ah, that's actually quite useful too, because they have been dying pretty quickly. Alright, so let's go back to the bridge. Let's look at our map, see what we can do here. So we did make quite a bit of gain that last turn. I still do not feel comfortable attacking a capital yet, so we will not do that. I did have a transport here, which is useful, because I think I'll actually build a juggernaut there, and we'll build a tavern, which means I can't build any more units this turn, but that's okay because I did build a lot the other turn. And although I do need to stop spending all of my money on every turn, because every time I break out into the fights I can't use any of my generals in the fights. So I definitely do need to stop doing that. We will send my transport up there. We will load them up with armor. And I guess imp fighters can just fly, so it's kind of, well, I can just send it there. Useful, right? And we'll send our other imp fighter there. Well then, I should have thought of that earlier, but that's okay. So those should be mine now, without much of an issue. Our balloons do not like you guys, but that's okay. We will put the 2 devastators in our transport. Oh, I guess we can only put 1 because that's a heavy cargo, and we'll put a grenadier in there as well. Okay. So this capital is going to be very difficult to attack. I'm going to need a lot of transports to do that when I do finally decide to attack that, but I am trying to destroy blue first. I think we actually might just leave this as is and not make an aggressive play this turn. So we'll see who makes an aggressive play on me. Alright. Alright, we'll speed that up because, yeah, so looks like we're being attacked on 3 different fronts. This is not good, especially this one down here. Do not like that at all. Yeah, do not like at all. So let's see what my odds are here. So 16% chance there. 51. Well, I'll probably have to risk that one. And that one's 86. So I will probably fight this one. And then probably try to auto-resolve those 2. I do have, I think, a mercenary card. So that should help make the fight go in my favor. Alright. Well, Imperial Army. I can't really do anything there. If it destroys it, he destroys it. And he did. So, whatever. So this one down here, I can do is I can hire these mercenaries, which puts me at 58. But even with all of that, doesn't look ideal. So I will actually go in to fight this one myself, and hopefully try to win this quickly. There was a passive I wanted to equip, which was that one, and advance. Alright, start this battle. So what do we have here? Okay. Let's build a battle force real quick.
Underway, Commander.
I've got
Send an armor. Oh, so we're fighting on this side. How's the side eye? Well,
Big guy
sending
coming
armor
through.
down there. Don't really need those at all. Although I would ideally like to get this. Not gonna happen right now. Issue is I don't really have. I just have a lot of factories which I can build.
Battle forge completed.
Quite a lot of units, but not necessarily
Your unit will roll out momentarily.
useful. See, I already
Our glory
send him over
foretold.
here then. Which means I'll have to defend on two fronts, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Once we get our dragon, I'll try and annihilate all of that. But we have to wait a bit, unfortunately. We'll put that into a battle forge. And I do want to build it into a war factory, but I can't just yet.
Trooper awaiting your instructions, Commander. The Emperor's enemy is my enemy.
Now we can.
Recruits, Commander.
Well, the fact that they messed that up, I'll actually send these guys down here since they're chasing my armor,
To see Rivalonus through the
and I'll just keep having them move around.
I will drench their torn banner in blood.
Battle forge completed.
We could use some support, Commander.
Alright.
Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander. Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander.
Go build a war
It will be
factory.
built in a jiffy. Reinforcements requested. There's no reason to doubt your insight, sir.
So they killed that, but that's okay, because I am going to send my dragon over there very shortly.
Constructed to fight.
Oh, I do claim this, actually. I should claim that. We'll send just one unit over there real quickly, because my dragon is available now. Which means I can destroy this little guy, and all of these little guys, actually. And the fact that I take that other passive I just built up is actually going to become very useful in, hopefully, because I'll be able to siege these things much easier. Go. Yep. Gotta try to be careful not to overheat here. Yeah, there we go.
That's impossible, Commander.
Alright, so we'll
The Emperor
send
shows us the way.
these here to attack that. And we'll send the rest of you to attack that. Hopefully that'll help. Build
Construction
units
in
there.
progress.
And
Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander. Unit is being manufactured, Commander. Unit is being manufactured, Commander.
Big guy coming through.
There's no I. There is a me in there somewhere, though. That's impossible, Commander. We'll crush them one leg at a time.
Our glory foretold.
Trooper ready to march.
again.
Instructed to fight. The Emperor's enemy is my enemy. Ready to follow you, even into death.
I will drench their
Claim
torn
that real
banner in
quickly. Perfect. Now we're going to send my whole army all the way over here. Yeah, right here.
I'm going.
Of course, my lord. We fight for freedom. They'll be hit by the man with the hammer soon.
Okay.
We're under attack, but we will hold our ground.
Of course we will hold our ground, because there's a dragon here. We will kill everything. Okay. Just need to be cautious of the overheating. That is never a good thing. And there it is. Oh, I will actually just try to finish this off now, because I really don't want this map to go on much longer.
That's impossible, Commander.
Yeah. Alright, let's do this.
That's impossible, Commander.
Just stand next to this shaman, let him heal me very, 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 very slowly.
Our glory foretold.
And we will disable this building.
We'll crush them.
And that was a very quick and decisive move.
They could land anywhere.
Perfect. And we destroy that. Okay, good. Okay. So now here, oh, well then. Guess we'll have to bring in these units, which really isn't giving me as much of an advantage as I expected. Play all of our cards and hope for the best. Yeah, we lost that. Alright, that's fine. Now here, Imperial Army. Oh, I retreated. That was my mistake. That was silly. Did that accidentally. That's okay. We will take that back shortly. Alright, so we got that, and mercenaries, perfect. Alright, let's see what's going on in the throne room. Hopefully that issue with
Commander, you are
the
well
daughter
aware
was
it
resolved.
is the Imp's great destiny to create the biggest and baddest explosion ever. One that can reshape our world. And I'll have you know we are getting closer to its realization. Our scientists have discovered the location of what they suspect is a metallic element of such formidable combustibility. At first they thought they were having one of those very special dreams. We want to mine it, of course, but the thing is, it can only be found beneath a couple of dilapidated elven graves. Oberon's making a fuss, but you'll allow us to dig, won't you?
Oh, what do the undead have to say about that?
To upset the remains of the dead where they lay is a grievous outrage, Commander, for they may yet be blessed by the Seven and be reborn into the perpetuity of the bone. Let no imp undo this holy destiny that may yet come to pass.
I think I agree with you, and it's not because I just want your favor or anything like that. So will I allow them to uproot an ancient burial place in the name of science? Hell no.
But great destiny, big explosion, so close. Oh, why do you have to be such a spoilsport, Commander? Who cares about evergreen?
Yeah, whatever. Alright, let's see what's going on at the bar. Hopefully that whole thing with Henry was solved. Oh, yep, they're back. So let's see what happened with that whole issue.
Good to see you, Commander. I've been meaning to thank you for the role you've played in the rescue of my dear Anne. 'Twould have been another story entirely had Catherine and Scarlet not come to my aid. Wonders of women. You should have seen us. And we reached before those bloody assassins did. But they beset us in far greater numbers than we could have foreseen. They used imp-throwing bombs, lizard arrows tipped with poison, dwarf axes that could cut through steel, but we held them off time and again. We three duelists, shoulder to shoulder. Of course, there was a touch of collateral damage, I suppose. One of those imp devices rolled right into an undead kindergarten. But really, those skeletal scamps are already dead to begin with, right? I thought it was rather funny. A shower of bones, it was. Came clattering down like dry hail.
Oh, great. Just as I'm getting the undead to like me, you go and do that. Alright.
Is that a reason to be a killjoy and scream bloody murder? 'Cause that's what those gods-be-damned counselors of yours are doing. They demand restitution and the likes. I've half a mind to demonstrate what functionalities come with this arm of mine, and where they can put them.
well... Okay, so looks like our choices are don't really care, or daughter say, but you have to face the music beyond units that would hurt, even though that's not your fault. Is that such a great price to pay? I think this is the sensible answer, and that's what I'm gonna go with.
I suppose not. So what happens next? I have to pay a fine or something? Do community service for the undead? Air out some crypts and polish their coffins? Bah! By every demon ass in hell, the things we do for our children, Commander.
Yep. Alright, let's see what Scarlet has to say.
We did it, Commander. Anne has been rescued. Hardest fight I ever fought, but it was worth it. I'm sorry to say, though, those damned assassins spared not the citizens that stood in their way. Many died, but not by our blades.
Okay, that sounds good. Alright, let's go back to this world map and let's see if we can figure out what we're... Oh, what are they doing here?
Your generals are out of control, Commander. Now, I appreciate they stood together to rescue Henry's daughter, but when the end result has a tally of 2 incinerated buildings, a ruined hall of industry, and a few dozen dead or wounded, it seems to me they were a tad too enthusiastic.
Can't blame Henry for that.
They may be used to battlefields alone these days, but we do not tolerate such mayhem in our cities. Someone needs to pay.
Yeah, I already handled it. Alright. So I'm gonna try not to spend all of my money this turn, because it doesn't always seem to go that well. How did I not? I guess I do need to transport units up there. Well, I did build a juggernaut, so that should be able to conquer there. Now that should be mine, no problem. I need to build more units because there's actually nothing defending that right now, which is not good at all. Devastator, build a bunch of trooper. Oh, I can only build 2. Troopers are useless, so I will build hunters instead. Okay. Here I will buy more units as well. I'll try not to spend everything this time. Shaman, hunter, and an armor. Good. That should leave me with 13. That's good. Okay, so what am I gonna do here? Send the Zeppelin. I want to take that back. I really do. So I will. That's all there really is to it, right? So that should be mine, no problem, I hope. Hopefully I won't get attacked anywhere else again, because it's getting really obnoxious. But once I wipe out blue, it should be much easier. So I think that is all I'm going to do for this turn. Actually, how far can this guy fly? Actually, quite far. Send them all the way down there too. Why not? Okay. End turn. So that should be mine without issue. Let's fast forward that. Let's see, so we're going to have battle breaking out here, 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 which is 62% chance to win. 100% chance to win there, so that's really good. Okay. So I might need to fight that one. I will probably just let this one go. I don't really care if he destroys my one imp fighter, whatever. This one, I hope I just win it. Alright, let's do this. So he's got a juggernaut and a transport just like me. Do I have any cards I can play? Oh, he's got an ironclad. Oh, okay. Your juggernauts. That might be... Oh, but it's not even... Could have one of my generals resolve it. Yep. But I can't afford them because apparently it's 14 gold this time. Whatever. See what happens. Oh, I won. fantastic. But my transport was whatever. So that means my unit never got there. That's really unfortunate. So here, I'm probably just gonna have to forfeit this. So whatever. We'll fight it. See what happens. You never know. Could get lucky. Nope. Okay, close that. Now this one, 62% chance to have a mercenary card. 2 ironclads. Just at 50%. 2 deficit, put me at 72. Could just amass cards. Could risk this. Do I want to? I do. Whatever. We'll see what happens. Yes. Excellent. Okay. And now this one, hopefully, I should claim it. No problem. And skip that. Alright. Perfect. Yep. Whatever. Juggernauts have more points. Population in your empire will increase by 2. Research will decrease by 1. But that's not a big deal because I've already got too much research as it is. Okay. Let's see what my queen wants.
Sorry, I didn't notice you there. I'm catching up on my correspondence. This letter Yorick sent me makes for an interesting read. Seems the undead are formally accusing the dwarves of invading their sovereignty by means of a subtle but nefarious scheme. After opening banks in what was supposed to be a bid to stimulate local economy in undead provinces, dwarven bankers have been lending many undead enough money to buy land and houses, only to exponentially increase the interest rates afterwards.
Okay.
The unfortunate homeowners can no longer pay their mortgages, are evicted, and their lands and properties go to the bank. It would seem the dwarves have been playing this trick on a very large scale, effectively stripping the undead of large pieces of territory, hence the latter's claim of a breach of sovereignty. Yorick's plea is a simple one. He wants me to condemn this scheme as illegal. From the looks of it, though, it's all above board, if one negates the moral angle.
Well, I did swear with morality last time. Yeah, we don't... Yeah, they could go to war. Because, I mean, that is kind of messed up. Alright, even though they're idiots for signing that stuff, but... Alright. Since we are still trying to get morale of the undead up, alright.
So, you're ever so subtly implying you'd like me to put a stop to their knavish enterprise, You know what? I'll do it. Just like that. Oh, the things I do for love.
Oh, I'm sure, the things you do for love. Alright, what's going on in the bar? Probably Yorick again. Oh, yeah, Yorick is here, so is the dwarf, and so is Henry. Well, let's see what Henry has to say.
It's over, Commander. I stood before a tribunal, was described as a maniac, a vandal, an arsonist, and even a murderer. But I bore it all with quiet dignity, my jaws clenched tighter than Prosper's arse. They took my land, my titles, what gold I had stored, but I stood in silence, not giving them the satisfaction of showing my rage.
They might have gone a little too far.
Quite a change from the hothead Henry you know and love, isn't it, Commander? 'Twas down to Catherine and Scarlet, you know. Never would I have let those bastards of councillors unleash their barrage of injustice over me, had I not rested easily in the knowledge that thereby I was shielding the friends who came to my aid without as much as a thought for their own safety. My daughter came to no harm, and neither did my comrades in arms. All is well. Now, to toast them all with wine and beer, and again, and again. It'll have to be your treat, though, Commander. I'm penniless now, remember?
oh, Henry. Alright. Okay. So I have a lot of research points. So, let's see. Let's see what we can purchase here. Pillar of Flame may be useful. Yeah, I actually do like that ability. But yeah, because it's just a single ball and the pillar continues to do damage. I do like that. Although Pillar of Restoration is pretty useful too. I would replace that other ability. Well, we'll get Pillar of Flame for now. Or actually, I can get both, can I not? I sure can. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? There we go. Now that I actually bought it that time. Okay. Let's go back to the bridge. Don't have much to say to them. Okay, let's look at this map. Okay, so since they destroyed my transport last turn, let's try and build another one. And I am going to buy some cards, because I used up all my other cards, unfortunately. That's actually a useful card. I will buy that. Now, what cards do I even have? Sabotage. Ironclad's in a selected area, won't be able to move this round. Let's play that. Oh, we can't even play that card on water. That's not cool. So can't move Ironclads, bomber balloons in this area won't be able to move. Troopers won't be able to move. We will actually do that. Play that card. We may need to buy some more units. Let's actually just buy a couple hunters and yeah, that's good. Oh, I can actually buy a lot of units on this piece of land. I wonder why that is. Yeah, because it's my capital. Alright, so we bought quite a few units there. I'm going to keep gold because of issues with gold, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of units right now to defend with. Just making this a little tough to decide where to move things. I will actually sabotage this so that they can't move many of their units because I really don't want to be attacked by them right now, and we will bring their population down by 50%. Now, do I have any cards I can play on my own territory? Naval units 50% discount and immune to attack. I will actually make this immune to attack because I don't really feel like defending that right now, which means I can move that unit down there because I do want to attack this capital soon. So we will buy some more Grenadier. I think we'll leave it at... Well, we'll see what happens. Alright, so I think that's all I'm going to do on this turn. Let's see what happens. So it looks like I'm only being attacked on one front? It's actually very surprising. Normally I'm attacked on a lot more than that. I will have to actually defend this though, because 51%. Although public opinion is really high. Alright, so let's go to battle. Yeah, they're summoning or whatever. Alright, so we will actually fight this myself. And we were going to switch in Pillar Restoration for that, and Pillar Flame for that one. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Oh, it's this map. Fan-freaking-tastic. Okay.
It'll be built in a jiffy.
We will send... The units are so slow. But we will send them up there. And we will send them there. Actually, we'll send all of my units there.
Without a trace.
Hopefully they'll cap them as they run by, and they did. Perfect. And we'll have the Battle Forge, because I don't... Oh, they can come around. Oh, no, they can't, unless they have a ship. So this looks like the place they'll have to defend. So we will just amass troopers, because unfortunately that's all I can really build right now.
Trooper ready to march. Constructed to fight.
Come on, right the gap. So that did cap already. Well, we will build an armor, or a war factory rather.
Construction underway, Commander. Your unit will soon be ready.
Okay, so we have quite a few units. We'll send a trooper all the way down
There's no
here.
reason to doubt your insight, sir.
Hopefully that'll be fine. Build a recruitment citadel once we have enough resources, which hopefully will be soon. We do need to build 2 of those. That should be relatively safe, so we will send it down here again. Okay.
Construction in progress.
Now, unfortunately, it looks
War
like
factory completed.
they are trying. Well, let's see if they turn. Are they gonna turn? Turn! 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 Come on, turn! Turn! No! Don't go after my little. Oh my goodness.
Death rides.
That's really annoying. Really, 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 really annoying. Okay. So War Factory, mass them over here as well.
Unit will soon be ready.
Oops, I didn't build that first. Darn it! Darn it! Get away! No, run!
Well, not anymore.
Run, little guy!
To the netherworld I return. Enemy devastators are moving faster than they did
Alright,
before, Commander.
I got this. I got this.
That's impossible, Commander.
And we'll do a pillar there to heal them, which is good. And we'll do a pillar of flame here. These are new abilities. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Useful. Alright. Let's keep moving.
The Empress shows us the way.
Get us out of here, Commander!
Destroy this thing. Yeah. There we go. Done. Done and done. Okay, so this should all be mine now. Perfect. Oh boy. Okay. This could be a little difficult to defend. But I will put a pillar of healing here, so hopefully that'll help my units a bit. As I destroy these. Can't. Well, it's probably not very useful to build a pillar of flame right now anyway, so... what? Where's... oh, stealth. No, wait, where are they? Oh, they're well above me. Oh. Alright, let's destroy these. I hate bomber balloons. I hate bomber balloons. Most obnoxious unit in the game. There we go. But, alas, I successfully defended. So. Okay. So let's build.
It'll be built in a jiffy. Construction underway, Commander.
Alright. Kinda forgot about building everything up, but that's okay. Take care of it pretty easily. That's fine.
That's impossible, Commander.
They're stealth teaming. Looks like it. And there we go. Got it.
Anti-ground turret completed.
Okay. Now build a recruitment station. I think I already built it there. Perfect. Now, yeah. Okay. So we will build. Not gonna, well, we'll build an arrow factory because we do need it, and then we'll build a war factory again. And let's get a couple of those units, and then a bunch of these, a couple of these, actually a couple more of those, a couple of those, perfect. Alrighty, now, should be able to take these out no problem. And I will take out these all the way down here as well, just because I can. Oh, something's attacking. Oh, whatever.
Aero factory completed. That's impossible, Commander.
There we go. That's useful.
There's no I in team. There is a me in there somewhere, though.
So they're coming to attack me. Should be able to destroy them all pretty quickly and easily, because my dragon is too overpowered. Zeppelin and 3 of those.
Your unit will roll out momentarily,
I
Commander.
can't afford it anymore. Oh right, forgot about upgrading or building a recruitment station down here, which would be very useful if I had done that earlier, but I keep forgetting. So there we go. Okay, I'm almost ready to launch an assault. Maybe.
Hail and kill. Your unit will soon be ready.
Yeah.
Your unit will
Very
soon
soon,
be ready.
actually.
There's no I in team. There is a me in there somewhere, though.
One of those.
Reborn to kill. We need more recruits, Commander.
Okay. So once they get massed there pretty quickly, I will actually launch an assault.
Field duty, eh?
Alright, that's actually might be enough to launch an assault. So my dragon, let's move on out.
Well, not anymore.
On the trail, moving between the clouds.
Don't want to wait too long before fighting, because then it just gives them a chance to mass units too, so...
Faster, faster! I want to go faster! That's impossible, Commander. That's impossible, Commander.
So Pillar Flame proving to be very useful.
Bring me the spoils of war!
Alrighty.
That's impossible, Commander.
I will put in a pillar of healing there. Hopefully that'll keep them alive. We'll disable that building.
If the machine dies, the imp dies. That's impossible, Commander.
Put down another pillar of flame there. Should be useful. Mine now. And then we just have to take over that last area and we'll be good. Alright, let's go. I can actually, oh yeah, Pillar Flame is not up just yet, but I'll actually disable this building so they build more. I hate when they keep building things and I'm fighting.
We'll crush them one leg at a time.
Overheating, unfortunately. That's silly, because now my shaman are dying because they flew over quicker. Alright, now they're healing each other, so that should be fine. Oh, they're actually giving that unit up there. Okay then. And we'll put down a pillar of flame just in case. There we go, and attack that building, and that should be victory. There we go. Alright, well at least everyone looks pretty pleased with me right now, which is a good thing. Okay. Cool, more mercenary cards, always useful. More mercenary cards, always useful. Okay, good. Alright.